Kabbalah.info and check out the Wisdom of Kabbalah. And you can also, if you like, join the KabU Academy and study the Wisdom of Kabbalah with like-minded people. There's probably someone just around the corner from where you live as well. All right, so let's get started. The Miracle of Spirituality. We're now
recording in progress.
Item number 13, I think.
No, we're on the item 9.
Item 9. Okay.
Item 9, yeah.
All right, so let's start with item number 9. So this is from Rabash, article number 13, item number 9, Mighty Rock of My Salvation. It says, to praise you as a delight, meaning we thank and praise you for the good we've received from you. It is, as our sages said, one should always praise the Creator and then pray. The reason is that one who believes that the Creator is merciful and gracious, and that he desires to do good to the creations, has room for prayer. This is why we must first establish the praise of the Creator, meaning a person himself should establish praise of the Creator. This does not mean that the Creator should see that the person is praising him, since the Creator doesn't need people. Rather, the person himself should see the praise of the Creator, and then he can ask him to help him, since his conduct is to do good to his creations. All right, as usual, let's read it a second time. And if you have any questions, shoot them through as usual. It says, to praise you is a delight, meaning we thank and praise you for the good we have received from you. It is as our sages said, one should always praise the Creator and then pray. The reason is that one who believes that the Creator is merciful and gracious, and that he desires to do good to the creations, has room for prayer. This is why we must first establish the praise of the Creator, meaning a person himself should establish praise of the Creator. This does not mean that the Creator should see that the person is praising him, since the Creator doesn't need people. Rather, the person himself should see the praise of the Creator, and then he can ask him to help him, since his conduct is to do good to his creations. Right, yeah, any questions? There is actually, okay. Okay. So I'm waiting for that one. All right. David's asking, what is the good that we get from the Creator? Well, that's a nice question. Doesn't look like we're getting any good, huh? If we take a look at life, doesn't look like we're getting any good at all. It's like stepping in the ring in the heavyweight league when you're a featherweight. So what are we getting good from the Creator? Well, for one thing, we have to measure everything according to the end goal. If I just look at my life in my current state, I might think, well, this is not good at all. But maybe if I think towards the purpose of life and how what I'm receiving now can be of benefit of how to get to the goal, then I might think otherwise, right? You see, if I'm always thinking in the current moment about my current state and I feel bad about it, then I can't get anything good from the Creator. What we get good from the Creator is actually every moment and moment an opportunity, right? Every moment an opportunity to get closer to the purpose of life. That's the good we're getting. Okay, that's the good we're getting. First of all, He has awakened our dot in the heart. So unlike the 8 billion people on the planet, you actually have a purpose in life, which is to attain the meaning of life, which is to elevate yourself to a high level of consciousness called godliness. Now, if you look around, there won't be a lot of people who's aspiring to do that, because everybody just wants to have a good life here, or have a good life when they end up dead, if they're part of some religion. So life for those people are not the same as for a student of Kabbalah. Because when we start studying the student of Kabbalah life, we have a good, healthy dot in the heart. We begin to resonate with what the meaning of life is, as described by Kabbalists. And that awakening on its own is already a great gift. Because the majority of humanity is out there. They live and they die. And they get born again, they live, and then they die again. And nobody has the slightest idea of what the hell's going on. They're born, they live, they die. So it's a bit hectic, as you can see. So just receiving a dot in the heart and searching for the meaning of life and actually finding a wisdom, right? Finding a wisdom and a wise teacher. We're talking about the Rav, Rabash, Bala Sulam, Ari, Rashbi, all the sages of authentic Kabbalah, to actually move forward in the meaning of life. I think that's already like great. Wouldn't you agree? What kind of help can we get from the Creator in exchange of praising the Creator? Now, praising the Creator is a must. Obviously, the Creator doesn't need our prayers. He doesn't need our praise or our praise. We need to pray and we need to praise the Creator. Why? I'll tell you why. What does it mean to praise the Creator? It means to elevate the importance. And if I elevate the importance of the Creator, that means I can tie a stronger knot on the path. So where I want to go, I can be stronger on the path. And that's why we need the praise, to praise the Creator, and then to pray to the Creator. All right, that way you're kind of like sanctifying the path. You're kind of making it holy for yourself. Not that the Creator needs it, like I said, or what like Rabbi said in the article. The Creator doesn't need all that jazz. We do. Because in order for humanity to advance, well, anyone to advance in anything, what we need is to go after something that's important. Okay? And that's why we need to praise the Creator. If the Creator doesn't need people, why did he create us then? The Creator does need people. He doesn't need the praise of people. Okay? The Creator, look, without the created being perceiving the Creator, there is no Creator. All right? So for us, if we don't perceive the Creator, there's no Creator. And if we don't perceive the Creator as well, for the Creator, there's no creation either, because it's a one-sided affair. And we're not into platonic relationships. You know what I mean? So this is a two-edged sword. So what we have to do is kind of build that connection with the Creator. We need each other. The Creator is the attribute of bestowal. This is why we're reception. He wants to bestow, but he doesn't want us to receive like, you throw a bone at a dog and he's all happy about it. He doesn't want us to be like dogs. He wants us to be independent. For us to be independent, we've got to earn it. And if you earn it, that's exactly how you become independent. It's like becoming independent from your parents as you grow up. Right? You grow up, you get yourself a job, you leave home, you start taking care of yourself. And then you're like independent. And your parents are happy with you, they're proud of you, and you're taking care of life. And that's how the Creator wants us to be as well. He doesn't want us to be sticking around with our parents until we're, I don't know, 40, 50 years old and mom's still doing the cooking. Okay, that's just not right. There's just something awfully wrong with that plan. So the Creator wants us to grow up. And if we can grow up and we can exist in His reality like an adult, right? Like a grown-up individual in His reality, a mature person in His reality, then we can take anything we want from life, just like we can take anything we want from life if we really go after it. Okay, if you take any person and he wants to go after one thing, right? He just wants to be this one thing, whether it's an athlete, an artist, businessman, scientist, doesn't matter. That's the only thing he's thinking about. And he goes for it. He gets it. He gets it. Same with us. So we've got to have one thing on our mind, and that's getting the Creator. And if we get the Creator, then yeah, We get the jackpot. You get the gold medal, the Grammy, I don't know, whatever you want. It is exactly how life works. There's nothing confusing here. We think spirituality is always all mystical and out there somewhere, untouchable. But if you think about it in a logical way, this is how life works. And if this is how life works, well, this is how spirituality must work. So we really need to have a big desire to become a human being so that we can pull ourselves to what we want to be. The only way you can do that is by wanting it. And that's what a prayer is. Remember, a prayer in the wisdom of Kabbalah is to desire something. Right? So the more I desire something, I'm actually pulling it to me. I'm actually like pulling it to me. Right? And this is exactly how the whole system works. It works like this in corporeality. It works like that in spirituality as well. Now, the only little difference is, okay, just a little difference is the Creator has to do something to change our nature, which we cannot do. That's the only little difference. In this world, in corporeality, when we want to get something in life or attain something, we don't really, it's corporeal, so I don't have to change my nature. But in spirituality, I do. So a person just needs to have this big desire to change, and then he pulls that force called the Creator closer to him because he wants what the Creator wants to give us. And because of the equivalence of form in our desires, then you get what you asked for. I hope that makes sense. What to do for a friend who has lost the flavor in the work? Patricia's asking. Well, for one thing, you can always bake her a cake and say, write on it, join the club. All right, listen, when we're going against our nature, nobody's going to have a blast. Okay, this is not a party, right? The partying we're going to have to do in our desire to receive, while we're going to have to go through some ups and downs trying to get to spirituality. If spirituality is loving others and bestowing to others, there is no chance, unless it snows in hell, that we're going to get this done with pleasure. The only thing we can get pleasure from is what I said to David a minute ago. If I understand that I have this inclination that was bestowed to me by the Creator to attain something higher than just living and dying, living and dying, living and dying like everybody else, or like an animal. If the Creator has given me a chance to do something with my life above this corporeal reality, that's something to be thankful about. And if I can value that, I can get my energy back. In the interim, I don't know what you girls do in your tens. You can have a pajama party. I don't know, you can go out and have some fun, just lighten up your friend a little bit. Okay, because we can all use a little bit of lightening up. So that's the only way to move forward. In the group, it doesn't mean you guys shouldn't have fun. We have dinner every Thursday with the guys, and it's a really nice little meal. We go out every now and then. We have congresses. We go out and, meet with the guys, do congresses with the friends. It's good to get together with like-minded people so you can boost your energy. All right. It's like getting a shot, a boost, and then running another mile, and then you get another boost, run another mile, and so on and so on. Okay. But the group should really take care of giving each other a good mood. And we should, by default, understand as we study the wisdom of Kabbalah that going against our nature is not a honky-dory job. All right, because that's going to get up, it's going to get weird. All right, we're going to have ups and downs, and that's just how it is. Okay, but those ups and downs can also be fun because it gives you a lot of room for self-discovery. Every up and down is really a person, it's like this, I don't know, do you like onions? It's like this onion, right? You know, you got all the layers and you just go through all the layers and you get to the center of it all. And that's the really tasty stuff, right? That's the really tasty part of the onion. Okay. And that's how we are discovering ourselves as we grow up in spirituality. So if you dice it up, you're going to get tears. But if you go down a little bit to get to that juicy thing, it's less tearful. Okay. I don't know if I've made it clear, I guess. It's only with the friends. If you have a good time, if you give each other a good mood, if if you just have fun on the path, you can move forward nicely. All right. We used to go out a lot with the guys when we were in Sydney, Australia. We used to have a pizza night. We used to have a drinks night. You know, once a week we had a pizza night. It was Wednesday because Wednesday was like a little Saturday. It was the middle of the week. So we had our pizza night. We had a dissemination night. On Saturdays, we always ate together. Everybody prepared something. We had a meal together. We set up a nice table. We all got together, had it all. Everybody brought something to eat. And you got to have it. You got to just make it fun a little bit. Okay, otherwise you guys are going to dry out. David's asking, how do we get from the creator what we want rather than what he wants to give us? That's it's not good. It's a nice question, but that can't happen. It's like my little son asking for a sharp knife to play around with. He's only 6, well, 5.5. Okay, he's not getting it. Okay, he's not going to get it. So for us to get what we want from the creator, we need to sync ourselves with the creator. We've got to sync ourselves, align ourselves, parallel ourselves to the creator. So he's got to come to me and say, Daddy, can I have some Lego for a 6-year-old? Okay, now that's reasonable. Okay, because that sounds logical. But if he comes up to me and says, I want a knife set because I want to learn how to throw knives, he's not going to get that. So we have to have some kind of equivalence of what we can do, what we should do, which the creator can help with so we can get to the next level. Okay, but it's nice. I haven't seen you around for a while, David. How you been? Good to hear from you. Now then, in your light shall we see light. Okay, this is from Meitarei HaZohar for Unity Evening. All right, Zohar for South Command. For with you is the source of life. Items 165 to 166. Oh my God, we've got 8 minutes. Let's do one of them. For with you is the source of life. In your light, we shall see light. For with you is the source of life, is the upper oil that is drawn and never stops, which is present within the uppermost Chokhmah. It is written, for with you, meaning that it is with you in love that is above all and never parts from you. The source of life is Bina. Since Hub, Chokhmah and Bina, that is, are attached together in a never-ending zivug, which is called a coupling. Bina is called the source of life because she is the source and the fountain of life, which is imparting of the Chokhmah. Life to elicit life from the Chokhmah for the upper tree. Zerampin, and to light the candles of Malchut. This is why the tree Zerampin is called the tree of life. A tree that is planted and rooted in the source of life, Bina. That is why it is written, in your light shall we see light. In your light is the light that is concealed for the righteous at the end of time. It is written, and God saw the light, that it was good. All right, so this is from the Zohar, obviously. It's not as straightforward, but if you have any questions, we can see what we can do with them. Okay, there's one more. It's okay is asking. Okay, okay, David, good on you. Nice. Isake is asking if the 10 is having challenges of coming together for those kinds of group activities you've mentioned or doing recommended group activities from Raul, what can we do to move forward on the path? Well, you can always ask maybe for support from, your country coordinator, maybe, right? You can maybe ask for support from tens that might be close to you. Maybe you might have a meal with a few other tens, like get together with a few other tens. Maybe, maybe have a target for the future. Say, you know what, guys, let's next September start preparing from now, all of us, right? Let's like put a target in front of us. Next September, we're all going for Sukkot in Israel. All right, that's the target. So if you think, if you put yourselves into a commitment that you're going to do something, and then you guys all work towards it, and everybody tells the friends how they're working on it, you'll all get inspired from each other. If we're all on our own trying to do something on our own in the group, we will get no inspiration. In fact, I will think I'm the only person doing something. So we need to take like a group decision. We need to do like a group, I don't know, a group decision, a group target or objective or something. And if we can't, you should ask for help, depending on where you are. Right? So if you're in the US, you can always have a chat with the guys there, Gilad, Zohar, and see how they can help you out. If you're in any other country, you can also have a chat with your country coordinators as well. But if you can't, if you're finding it difficult as a 10, you shouldn't yeah, you're in the US, so you need to have a chat with the guys in the US. Say, listen, we're finding it a little difficult and a little tough to move forward. What should we do? What can we do? How can we participate more? What do you recommend? So it's always good to get some advice. You can also ask the Rav during the lesson. Like the lunchtime lesson is really, Rav just has a small article and then it's all questions, just shoot the questions to Rav. We'll be more than happy to answer as well. So other than that, I would also recommend that everybody has a framework. If you don't have a study framework, if you don't have an action framework, it's very tough because then you're all over the place. Because you don't have a framework, you're like coming and going and you're like unorganized. All right. But if you've got a plan, if you've got a schedule, if you understand, these are what you're doing, these are the things you're doing on these days, then that's it. You've closed the deal and you're like a machine moving forward. And if everybody like commits to their framework, you'll just build a stronger 10. Build a stronger 10. So also building a framework as a 10 as well really helps. Like meeting twice a day, in the afternoon, in the evening, meeting in the morning lesson, starting the day all together. You start the day together, you talk in between the day, and you finish the day together. It's like, it's like really connecting. So as an individual, all the individuals, all the 10 needs to do some kind of a framework and some kind of a mechanism that we're always connected and nobody's drifting away, because corporeality is really strong and it will pull you. And it's like a whirlpool in there. So, once you kind of like, it's like that lamb, straying from the herd. Once you stray from the herd, that's it. The wolf will get you. Same kind of thing here. So very important to keep a tight boat. Okay. All right then. So it's 8:28. We've got, as you know, the Zohar lesson with the whole world clear from 8:30 to 9 my time, which is 7:30 to 8 Israel time. All right. So we're going to love you and leave you. Next week, we'll carry on. As you can see, if we just read one or two things, it's already giving us some boost to start, prepare ourselves for the Zohar and get a few impressions. All the best. Have a good night. And we'll see you guys next time.